And we are back again for another episode with your boy, Lonzo Lowe, at the Hangout. I am so glad that y'all are so much of big supporters of me. I just want to give a shout out to y'all first and foremost because I've hit over 100 listeners, and that really means a lot to me. It might sound small in the big world, but to me that means a lot to me. So thank you all for who are listeners, who are listeners out there who continue to listen to my episodes and every week that I drop these. I really do appreciate y'all. Y'all are really big supporters of me, and I couldn't appreciate y'all anymore. Excuse me if I sound a little slurred with my words because I've been sipping a little bit of wine, so don't mind me if I'm slurred. You know what I mean. Anyway, so this week's episode, I pretty much want to excuse me. I pretty much want to do like a Halloween edition. I think I mentioned that in the last week's episode or something like that, or last episode I did. A little Halloween edition type episode, so I don't plan on this episode being too long or whatnot. But I just want to do something different. You know what I mean? So this episode is going to contain a bunch of crazy, funny, I guess, nonsense stories of different scenarios of that show. What was that show? A Thousand Ways to Die. I don't know if y'all remember that show that it came on some years ago. It was showing like different ways of how people died in very bizarre ways. So I thought that would be like a little cool little thing to do. Just go back over a few episodes and talk about how some people did some crazy shit and how they died in a bizarre way. So I thought that would be pretty cool. So I'm just gonna read through a few episodes, you know what I'm saying? And we just gonna get through this and have a little fun time, you know what I'm saying? And some of the shit that I've read, it was actually pretty funny. God bless. I don't know if half of this shit is real or fake, or if this just for entertainment for them motherfuckers that just to put this shit together for, entertainment purposes for the TV show. But some of this shit is actually kind of hilarious. But if it is real, I'm not laughing at the dead. God bless those people. But we just gonna get straight into it. So, I'm just gonna go ahead and straight into the first one, and I'm probably post like the link of where I found these at in the description section of this episode, so that way you guys can go back and look at the stuff yourself. But anyway, I'm gonna just go ahead and dive into it. So, the first episode or whatever plot I'm going to read, the title of this episode is called Habeas Corpus, and it aired on February 8th of 2009. This was the 64th episode of this show that it says right here. So anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and read the plot of what happened. So, Ian Campbell, a.k.a. Lee McDermott, was impressed with his law firm's new office. But the one thing Ian was impressed with the most was himself. Sound like a self-centered motherfucker, if you ask me. But anyway, one of his favorite pastimes was hitting on the firm's new female associates. You would think a smart lawyer would know better, but Ian was a. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to. My damn phone's. Hold up. Sorry, y'all. My damn phone screen keep dimming out. I think I put a setting. Yeah, I put a setting on here. And it's fucking blacked out for a second. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm sorry. Having technical difficulties. Okay. Where did I last leave off at? Shit. Okay. You would think a smart lawyer would know better, but Ian was a sexual harassment case in a $1,000 suit. Ian had a joke he liked to play to impress the ladies. In the conference room on the 40th floor, he'll get a running start and throw himself into the window. The tempered glass would always bounce him back, but this time it doesn't happen. Ian runs towards the window and shatters it. He falls 40 stories and dies from a shattered skull. His brain is herniated onto the streets and a broken spinal cord. So apparently, this dude Ian was not only a motherfucking jackass, but he was harassing women around the workplace. And I guess he tried to had impressed them about how strong his office glass was by running into it like a fucking idiot. And then I guess from him running into the shit so many times, the one time he did, the motherfucking glass broke, and the motherfucker just fell to his death. I mean, shit. Now that's some funny shit, nigga. You asked for that shit yourself. I mean, you come on, bro. Like, why would you do some stupid shit like that? Like, you did all that to oppress some women that didn't even probably fuck with you in the beginning, and then you just died for nothing. Like, stupid fucking idiot, if you ask me. Okay, moving on to the next one. I don't think I got the name of this episode. I don't think I got the name of this one. But I'm gonna just go ahead and read the plot. Excuse me. So, a girl and her friends are having a bachelorette party, and they hired a male stripper named Boinky. What the fuck? Boinky, okay. Who's an adult male clown, but although A Thousand Ways to Die is rated TV 14, PG 13 in the movies, he performs the X rated tricks on the bachelorette's party. Bonky then performs a striptease and then he does the grand finale. Bonky then swallows a purple balloon, but his stomach acid pops the balloon, choking him to death. The women, however, are too confused to help, thinking that this was all part of the act. So this motherfucker decides to swallow an inflated balloon, which I don't know what he was thinking. That wasn't very smart. And then the shit pops in his stomach, causing him to suffocate and die. And then the women that he was performing in front of thought the shit was a part of the act. So he literally died from just nothing. Like, why would you do something stupid like that? Like, why the fuck would you swallow a balloon that's already inflated? That already didn't seem smart right there in the beginning. Boinky, what's up with you, dog? I mean, shit. Now I know you got sent to the upper room, for doing something stupid. But hey, you get what you ask for. Oh, okay. Hold on. Wait a minute. This episode was called Balloon Tactic, which was episode 122 on the way to die, and this was aired on December 15th of 2010. Oh man, Boinky, that wasn't very smart. Wasn't very smart at all. I don't know what the fuck you were thinking about swallowing an inflated balloon. I mean, you just there to impress the women and do your thing. I don't know where the part of balloons came in from. Like, nigga, what you thought you was like a sexy it or something? Like you was, come on, bro. Like, none of that shit makes sense. Now you dead in your casket. All right, moving on to the next one. This one is called Def Jam. This was episode number 130, and it aired on January 5th, 2011. So, Mickey was a carjacker, but even worse, he only targeted women and he didn't care if they were pregnant or disabled. Okay, well, Mickey, you sound like a bitch ass motherfucker, so you probably definitely deserve what you got. What happened to you? This despicable scumbag was stalking a woman walking to her car alone. She got in her car and was about to shut the back window. Mickey saw a chance to make his move. He poked his head and left arm. He poked his head and left arm through the window, but before he could pull the car door lock, the automatic glass window closed on his neck, crushing his windpipe, stopping his ability to breathe. And you a stupid motherfucker, ain't you? The woman drove off with Mickey hitching a ride. His painful gasp for help His painful gasps for help were heard by no one because the driver is a deaf woman. Whoa, what the fuck? A mile later, a couple of minutes without air left Mickey unconscious. The driver, oblivious to his presence, finally looked in the rearview mirror and saw Mickey's head sticking out the window. She rolled down the window and Mickey dropped dead on the road, sending him to hell where he belongs. Yeah, definitely. That's crazy. This nigga tried to rob her, end up getting caught in the window while she rolled that motherfucker up. Drove this nigga, what did it say, about a mile and some change down the road? And she didn't. Okay, hold on. Let me just stop this right here. As anybody that's getting into their car, right? Most people I know don't leave the window open after they leave their car, unless it's on a hot summer day. And even then, you still don't leave your windows down like that enough where a motherfucker can stick his whole arm and head in that bitch, right? But let's just say this actually happened, and then she gets into the car, and then he walks over to the car to stick his head and arm in the window. Now, in my mind, you can literally know when somebody is walking up to your car. Even if you don't hear them, you can see them. I mean, because it says she was deaf. So you trying to tell me this woman wasn't looking in her rearview mirror nor her side view mirror to know the motherfucker was walking up to her car and stuck his whole head and arm in the window, and you drove down the street with this nigga hanging out the window for a mile and some change, and you didn't notice at all? Come on, I don't know about this one. This one kind of sound kind of phony, like one of them motherfuckers stories that they just forced in there. I don't know. I feel like they may have just forced this fucking story in there, because none of this shit makes sense, man. Like, you can't tell me that somebody walks up to your car and sticks their whole half a body in your window and you don't know. I mean, yeah, you deaf, but you still see. Like, who's driving down the road without looking in their rear view mirror or their side view mirror at all? Like, and on top of that, I'm sure somebody seen this shit happen. Like, you ain't driving down the street and nobody's seeing this and not gonna try to stop you. Like, you got a whole half a person hanging out your window, ma'am. You not hearing is not a good enough excuse. Your eyes is still working. So you just driving without looking in your rearview mirror or side view mirror, you don't need to be driving at all, because I look in my shit all the time. Every 5 to 10 seconds, I'm looking in my side view mirror, my rear view mirror, just to make sure you know what I'm saying? Just to make sure ain't nobody too close to where I'm at, when I'm driving. So, I don't know. They might have forced this one, but needless to say, that maybe this shit actually happened, and if it did, that's crazy, because Mickey definitely got what he deserved. Motherfucker try to rob women and pregnant women at the same time. I don't make no fucking sense. All right. Shit's crazy, right? Moving on to the next one. Next joint. I don't know if I did too many. I think I did like 6, 7 maybe. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. We won't move on this shit. Anyway. The next one is called Bellied Up. This let me see. The date of this one was in June 18th, 2001. Location, Ann Arbor, Michigan. So let's go ahead and get into this one. On June 8th, on June 18th, 2001 in Ann Arbor, Michigan, Natasha was a belly dancer determined to win the Belly Dancer of the Universe competition. She dances around in her house trying to perfect her dance style. She practices every day and treated this competition as her Super Bowl. She wants to reach for the stars. Unfortunately for Natasha, her scarf gets tangled in the ceiling fan due to her constantly throwing her scarf up in the air. As a result, the fan lifts Natasha off her. the the fan lifts Natasha off her feet and up into the air, where she simultaneously tries to desperately to breathe and gets her scarf unstuck. Tragically, the belly dancing beauty's struggles prove oh my god. Help. Unsuccessfully as Natasha asphyxiates, which ends both her life and her dream to become the belly dancer of the universe. Excuse me for not reading that word correctly. Like I said before I started this, I'm a little bit belligerent, so don't judge me. So, okay. So Natasha was a belly dancer, and I guess she wanted to become the best belly dancer in the world. And no, hold on. Okay, this aired June 6, 2010. Okay, so by her throwing her damn scarf up in the air that was wrapped around her neck, obviously, got caught on a ceiling fan and swung her ass so hard that she choked to death on her own scarf. Okay, so look, I'm trying to figure out, right? What the fuck kind of ceiling fan did she have that was strong enough to swing her ass around the room enough to kill her and suffocate her? Like I got a ceiling fan right now in my dining room. I'm looking right at it right now. That motherfucker don't look strong enough to swing a whole human being around the room, let alone to kill him. I don't know if I believe this one. This shit doesn't make sense. She would have to have a strong ass fucking ceiling fan to swing a whole human body. And I don't know what this person's weight was, Natasha. I don't know how much she weighed. But either way, even if she was just a slight 145 pounds, that don't seem like a ceiling fan would be strong enough to swing 145 pounds of a person around a room to enough where they would choke to death. I don't know. This one seemed kind of sketchy. I don't know if I really truly believe this one. This sounds like another one of them joints that they might have just thrown in there just to be funny. And if this shit actually happened, R.I.P. to Natasha, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully your soul is way less than heaven, because you wanted to be the best belly dancer in the world, I don't know. I don't know. This one kind of sounds kind of fishy to me. But I don't know no goddamn ceiling fan strong enough to swing a motherfucker enough to kill him. You know what I'm saying? I can see if you jumped up in the air and that shit hit your head, and I can see that. But just to be swinging off that shit off of a scarf, sounds kind of fishy to me. I don't know if I believe that one. Anyway, moving on to the next one. This one is called Nightcapped. This one aired. Hold on. Okay, I don't know if this one happened December 31st, 2003. All right, let's see. Kwame and his crew of revealers were celebrating the new year with a nighttime barbecue. As they were cutting down to the new year, Kwame shot a stray bullet from his pistol into the air on zero. Several miles away, Ronald and his girlfriend were exiting a New Year's Eve party. As Ronald was asking his girlfriend to go out with him, he gets a sharp sting on his shoulder. Then blood comes out. A few seconds later, Jesus, here comes another fucking vacations. I'm so sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry. Excuse me in advance for that. If y'all can hear that. All right. Well, you know what? All right. I'm sorry. Let me just turn this shit off real quick. Let me just mute. I'm sorry for in advance if y'all heard that. I know that can be very annoying. That's my fault. I apologize. Where was I at? As Ronald was asking his girlfriend to go out with him, he gets a sharp sting on his shoulder. Then blood comes out. A few seconds later, Ronald dies. The stray bullet from Kwame's pistol unfortunately came back down and hit Ronald in the shoulder. It went through his shoulder and pierced his heart, killing him instantly. Now that's some crazy shit. I couldn't imagine a motherfucker shooting a gun in the air who's probably, I don't know, a quarter mile away, and as you're leaving, where the fuck you leaving at, you get shot, but you don't get shot directly. You like directly in front of you. You get shot by a bullet that's coming down as a projectile into your chest and killing you. That's insane, bro. Again, this shit don't seem this shit don't seem realistic neither. But if this shit actually happened, bro, imagine trying to tell this shit. Like imagine sitting at a motherfucker's funeral who died by a stray bullet coming down from the air, killing you instantly because a motherfucker decided it was cool to shoot up in the air because it was New Year's Eve. Like that's some crazy shit to go. That's some crazy shit, bro. Like to go out like that, nah, man, ain't no fucking way. Ain't no fucking way. Now, I'm not saying it ain't possible, but at the same time, this just seems like some real bizarre, unrealistic shit. But you never fucking know, bro. That I'm not laughing at the dead. Forgive me in advance. Alright, so this next one is called Diagra. Very interesting. This one was dated back in November 4th, 2001. Location, Darien, Connecticut. Alright. Let's get into it. Cole was at his house trying to have sex with his mistress. This nigga Cole was cheating. You motherfucker, you. He was given 3 pills of Viagra and put into his beer by his wife Janine, who is in a failing marriage. Then Cole had 3 of his own. Okay, hold on. So this nigga took 3 of... Okay, wait a minute. Aren't you only supposed to take 1? And she gave this motherfucker 3. Janine, was you trying to kill this nigga? Because you just seemed like you was trying to take this motherfucker out of here. Because it already says you was in a failing marriage. So maybe you was trying to... Maybe this was part of your plan, Janine. Because if I recall, I think you're only supposed to take 1 Viagra pill every 4 hours or so. I don't know. Never took one myself, so I really don't know. But she gave this motherfucker 3. And then to add insult to injury, this motherfucker takes 3 of his own. What sense does that make? I mean, nigga, how horny do you have to be to take more than one fucking Viagra pill? Like, what? Alright, let me continue this crazy shit. Then after he gets a call from his mistress, who gave him 3 more prior to his arrival. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. So Janine gave him 3. He gave himself 3. And his mistress gave him 3. This nigga didn't stop to think that, wait a minute, this don't seem right. This is probably not a smart idea. Nigga. Like, what the fuck? Alright. Before we go any farther, let's do the math. Cole was given 3 pills of Viagra by Janine, his wife, then 3 had of his own. Then after, Cole's mistress gave him 3 more. So that's 9 times the recommended dose. Exactly. You only supposed to take one of them bitches. This nigga's tripping. During sex, too much blood races through Cole's system, resulting in a fatal heart attack, and he falls on his mistress. This nigga died in the pussy. Bro, you took 9 Viagra pills, and I don't even think they sell that many Viagra pills at a time for you to take that many. So why the fuck does everybody in your circle have Viagra pills? I think Janine and the mistress got together and was like, yo, let's kill this nigga, Cole, because he's not only cheating on you, he's cheating on me too. And I just found out about you last week. Fuck this nigga Cole, bro. Let's get him up out of here. But the fact that this buddy took 3 of his own, I'm still tripping off of it. Because why the fuck would you take 3? Bro, there's so many things that can go wrong with taking a Viagra, let alone you took more than the recommended dosage, and you took 2 more. Not only that, somebody was like, I got 3 Viagras for you, and you took them? Hell no, bro. Cole, what the fuck, bro? Nigga, Cole, you asked for this. You did this to yourself, bro. I don't know no motherfucker is willing to take more than one of the dosage that's recommended, especially Viagra pills. Nigga, you're tripping. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you, but you ended up where you at because of your own fucking stupidity. Alright, moving on to the next one. This one is called Pimp My Death. That one sounds kind of funny. This dated back to April 3rd, 2005, located in Washington, D.C. All right. An escort named Carmen charms her way into a desperate married man's hotel room on the pretense of finding him attractive. Fellas, just because a bitch is attractive, I'm sorry, I don't mean to say bitch, but just because a woman's attractive doesn't mean you need to talk to her all the time. Some of these women will be crazy. Anyway, the man's name is Mike. Mike, all right. But when she reveals her profession and insists on $2,000 for the night, I'm going to stop right there. What coochie is good enough to pay $2,000 for? Like, I'm just saying. I don't know a woman in my vicinity is worth paying $2,000 for coochie, for that piece, whatever you want to call it. For me, I'm not paying no money for no coochie. So, that's crazy. $2,000 for some ass, dog? 2 G's for some ass, dog? Anyway, let me just continue to read this shit. Mike refuses to pay. Mike, I'm with you. Leading to her calling her boss name Big Hank. Big Hank. Big Hank. Big Hank. What the fuck kind of name is that? That sounds like a bitch ass nigga's name. Big Hank. Big Hank. Get the fuck out of here. When he arrives, she uses their confirmation I'm sorry, confrontation as a chance to take the 2,000 from the man's wallet. Mike and Big Hank start a row. I don't know what that means. I guess they got into a scuffle. I don't know. She then tries to hide in the bathroom to be able to make her getaway, only for Big Hank to shove Mike into her, causing her to fall into the edge of a marble sink and split her head open, swelling her head up, causing massive internal bleeding within her skull, killing her within minutes, sending Carmen to hell. Damn, Carmen, you died off of some scheming shit. See, that's what happens when you try to scheme, motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? But either way, I don't know how the story just really is because you know what I'm saying. Maybe Mike was like, all right, I'll pay you. But then when she said $2,000, he was like, fuck no, I ain't paying. Fuck no, I ain't paying no $2,000. Girl, you tripping? Ain't no fucking way. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Maybe I'm on Mike's side with this one. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm on Mike's side with this one because, you know what I'm saying, and then for me, I personally wouldn't pay $2,000 just to fuck no woman. Of course, there's $2,000. Then for $2,000, I'll pay, like as a gift or a ring or you know what I'm saying, shit like that for a woman. But I'm not paying you $2,000 to fuck you. Maybe Mike was like, I'll give you 500, but I ain't giving you no 2 G's. And then you know what I'm saying. So she lost her life over $2,000 that she never got. Ain't that some shit? That's wild, ain't it? Girl, Carmen lost your life over nothing. Anyway, moving on to the next one. This one's called Big Bone. This one was dated back in December 17th, 2004. Location Reno, Nevada. All right. Steve and Paul are two drunken insurance salesmen who crashed a beauty pageant in which they will later play with the contestants after it's finished. However, this pageant celebrated inner beauty, and all of the contestants were plus-size models. While Steve has arrived to have fun, Paul arrived to make fun of the contestants who showed disgust at his unfunny jokes. After an unfunny joke from Paul, the three finalists, Allegra, Beth, and Devon, Devon? Is that a unisex name? Interesting. Okay. Stepped out on the end of the runway, which was not meant to hold their weight, to yell at him. The runway support snaps, and all three women, who, when combined weight of 997 pounds, fall on Paul and crush him to death. The cause of death is when the weight of the three women intentionally crushed his rib cage and punctured his lungs, murdering him and sending this inconsiderate oaf to hell, much to the horror and relief of Allegra, Devon, and Beth. Some fucked up names, I might add. But goddamn, bro, they was damn near 1,000. They were 3 pounds away from being 1,000 pounds. Like, goddamn, how big was these women, bro? Jesus. By the way, shout out to the bigger women. I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all some sexy women. So I'm not saying that to be rude. I'm just saying, like, goddamn, a whole 1,000 pounds being crushed to death. That's one horrible way to go. But I mean, he asked for it. He motherfucking asked for it. So I mean, he went up in there and started cracking jokes and making fun of him. They was like, no. And Karma was like, shit, it's your time to go, buddy. And and got his ass up out of here. Paul, you was tripping, bro. And you got what you deserve, my man. You know what I'm saying? All right, moving on to the next one. This one is called Bloodbath and Beyond. That's an interesting name. This one dates back to May 11th, 2005, Queens, New York. Dave was a building manager. I'm sorry. Dave was a building manager who kept an eye on things. The problem was Dave kept too close in. No, wait. Dave kept too close in eye. I don't know. I don't know if I like the way that sentence was written, but anyway, using a high-tech, flexible snake camera, Dave spied on all of the pretty girls in this building. Okay, so Dave, you're a fucking perv. Got it. Dave would start out with the yoga girl in 6B. On the other side of his apartment, Dave would spy on karaoke girl in 6D. Truly, she was a sizzling little Pop Tart. What the fuck does that even mean? Dave would top it off with the bathtub babe in 7C. Danielle was his favorite. She offered the best views. Over time, Dave had drilled several holes in her bathroom floor to maximize his peeping angles. This motherfucker Dave was a pervert. That's one thing I never understood. Like, why are you a pervert? Why? Like you're just so much of a person that you just afraid to talk to women. So now you gotta look at women behind their backs and do nasty shit. Like, nigga, what? Unfortunately, these holes allowed water to seep in and cause rotting, weakening the floor substantially. When Danielle got into the bathtub, the floor collapsed, shattering his skull, splattering his brain across the floor. God damn, causing massive bleeding within and out what's left of his skull, killing him instantly, much to the shock of Danielle. So this nigga died because he fell through the floor, or he fell through the ceiling floor of Danielle's apartment, because all because he was being a creep. And listen, man. Then to the fellas out here, if you can't get women like that, bro, there's so many ways, there's so many classes, and there's so many things out there to teach you how to get women, dog. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, you know what I'm saying, you just gotta know what you're doing, bro. Like, why are you being a creep? That's nasty. Go get a life. Go get a life. All right. Next jump. Is this the last one? No, I got a few more. Okay. Next one is Wedding Crasher. Okay. This one dates back to May 12th, 2002. Location Ramsey, New Jersey. Alright. A young woman named Carla proceeds to. Oh shit, half of this shit is cut off. Okay. I'm trying to finish the sentence quick, but half of this shit is cut off. A young woman named Carla proceeds to mark. Okay, I guess I don't know what that the other word is cut off, but make much older men and richer men named James. Carla's drunken ex-boyfriend Perry is also in attendance at the wedding. Bitter that Carla is marrying someone else and not him. Once the priest asks if anyone objects to the marriage, Perry gets up and pleads to her not to marry James, and flashes everyone by taking off all of his clothes to show Carla what she's going to be missing out on, while the other attendees watch. After mooning the priest, you nasty motherfucker, you. After mooning the priest orders the other attendees to catch Perry. Sorry. What he thinks is an open doorway, he was really a glass window, which cuts through his exposed flesh, slices his veins, severs his arteries, and pierces his heart, thus causing near instantaneous exsanguination. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that. That shit look like he got every letter in the alphabet. And the nigga died. uh, so what's his name? Perry. You went to your ex. You went to your ex's wedding to be a disruptance, and then somehow you decided that, or for some reason you decided that getting ass naked would make her change her mind of what she's doing. Like, motherfuckers is stupid. Not only that, you try to leave and run, and you run through a glass door and kill yourself like an idiot. Like, you ain't just think to just open the fucking door and just walk out, but yet you decide to run through that motherfucker. Nah, I'm gonna be super cool. Well, look at you, Perry. You super dead after your stupid ass mistakes. Ain't that some shit? Stupid. Alright. I think this is the last one. Yeah, this looks like the last one. Alright, so anyway. Last one of the list is Pop Goes the Cholo. That just sounds racist as hell. Crazy. Date August 25th, 2008. Location Albuquerque, New Mexico. Okay. Gang banging in Albuquerque is no joke because two street gang members named Juan and Eduardo take a third member named Enrique to a back alley ex-doctor named Mr. Stitches. This nigga sounds so sketchy. Jesus. Janky ass fucking doctor who lost his license after having sex with his anesthesiologist. Okay, this nigga's tripping. Patients previously to treat a bullet wound to Enrique's chest. Eduardo ends up pistol whipping Mr. Stitches into unconsciousness after losing patience with him for the latter telling the former to shut up. I'm sorry, this shit is not making sense to me. With with Mr. Stitches getting pistol whipped, knocked out cold, Juan and Eduardo decide to do the operation themselves. Okay, so basically they knocked out the actual doctor that knew what the fuck he was doing to do the shit themselves because he was talking too much. Okay. They lost patience because the motherfucker. Okay, they okay. So you knock out the fucking nigga that know what he's doing, cause he took too damn long. Like that what? Anyway, Juan and Eduardo decide to do the operation themselves, but due to them being unsure about what to do, they fail after inserting the. Hold on. Sorry, inserting the tracheal tube down the Enrique's esophagus. Rather than the trachea, and ended up hemorrhaging Enrique's stomach by filling it with air, causing it to explode. After Enrique died instantly, Juan and Eduardo escaped the back alley immediately. So, Enrique apparently got injured and shot, I guess. And they took him to a motherfucker named Mr. Stitches for only them to pistol whip this motherfucker unconscious because they got impatient with them. They thought that it was a good idea to perform the procedure on Enrique and then end up killing him within the process and then left him for dead. Only for the doctor, Mr. Stitches, to wake up to a dead patient, not knowing what the fuck happened. Juan and Eduardo, y'all some two fucking idiots, boy. Two fucking idiots, man. I just, you know, every day I think, damn, how low can a motherfucker take you to the curb And then right when you think they can't take you no lower, they take you right to the motherfucking gutter. And that's what Juan and Eduardo did, because this makes no sense. Why the fuck would you knock out the most professional nigga in the room to perform the procedure because you was impatient to think that you can do this shit yourself and end up killing your homie in the process? What? I hope your homie held y'all for the rest of y'all living days, because that just makes no fucking sense whatsoever. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Makes no sense. Anyway, I'm pretty much gonna be wrapping up this. I'm sorry, the wine is getting to me. Excuse me. Anyway, I'm going to be wrapping up this episode, so please, y'all, be sure to tune in next week. I was supposed to drop this on Saturday. It was either I was supposed to drop this on Friday or Saturday of last week, but I couldn't do it because some things popped up. So, excuse me if I dropped a few episodes or whatever episodes a little late or behind schedule. It's because I got a lot of things going on, and how that shit goes and everything, blah blah blah. But be sure to tune in every Thursday, every week at the Hangout. Like I said before, like I told y'all, definitely very close to getting this shit on film. So be on the works of, don't mean not on the works, but look out for that. Because I want to, step away. Now it's just not just step away from the audio, but just to give y'all a visual. Because I know nowadays people like to see shit just to hear shit. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm definitely trying my best to make all this shit work for y'all. Because I fucks with y'all. I love y'all. Y'all my supporters. And I really do appreciate y'all, because the numbers, like I said before, is really skyrocketing. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I much appreciate it. And on that note, this is Lonzo Lowe at the Hangout. We